Hello, and welcome to the first ever episode of Y.A.W.P, your average Warhammer painter. And today we'll be painting the Heartkin Warriors from the Leagues of Botan. And today I wanted to do something special since this is the first episode. I will be painting my favorite league from the Leagues of Botan, the Kronus Hegemony. But I also wanted to do an experiment because I have 30 Heartkin Warriors to paint. And one of the issues that I keep struggling is with which yellow should I paint. And seeing that I have 30 models, one of the biggest issues I have, aside from working, is time. I only have a certain amount of time to paint. So I thought it would be a good concept for me to paint my favorite league and to test all the contrast yellows. So we're going to start with contrast Imperial Fist for 6 of the models. Y.A.W.P yellow, Bad Moon yellow, Iron Jaws yellow, and finish off with Nastreg yellow. And we're going to be seeing how each yellow turns out. And we're not just going to paint the 5 and be like, oh no, I didn't like this color. We're going to go all the way to battle ready, and then I'll probably upload a video of just adding little details to make them stand above and beyond, to make them even parade ready basis. In this case, we're going to start off with the Imperial Fist yellow. Now, I find with contrast paints that in most cases it's really easy to apply and really quick. I mean, that's the appeal and the reason why contrast paints are so popular. We're going to be painting the yellow, I don't know what to call it. It's this kind of hazmat suit, part of the void armor that they have. And I usually like to start from the biggest area and work my way up to the smaller details. And so far, Imperial Fist is looking very good. And one of the goals for the channel is not to be one of the most, super detailed, super amazing, but just this gets by in my local hobby shop or playing with friends. As the name of the channel implies, we're trying to be the average Warhammer painter. Okay. I usually paint this little part yellow because it looks like it's part of the suit. I have painted 2 models already, all the way, but I would say last year when the actual range came out, and I'm finally getting to these models. Okay. Good. And don't be afraid of making messes. One of the bigger things I find that people are afraid to make messes, but that's okay. Everything can either be covered up or, if you have 30, 20, 40, even more than that, gets lost in the sauce, and those little details don't really, I find, matter. Just that overall we get a good cohesiveness of your force. And right now I'll cut to when the model is finished to show you how well the results have come out. So now we have our first Heartkin Warrior completed in Imperial Fist yellow, and I would have to say it looks very well done. The yellow is very bright, which I kind of do love, and it gives the hazmat suit look even more vibrancy. So next up, we're going to have to move to the next miniature. We're going to load this guy up. And we're going to move up to the next contrast paint, that being Y.A.W.P. First, we're going to have to clean our brush. Get it nice and clean. Let's get our model. And let's give some space because we are painting 6 models with this, 6 models and 6 models and 6 models and so on and so on. Okay. And you might be thinking, this yellow looks very orange. And you would be right. Now this guy got some robot legs. So we're going to be skipping that part in yellow. And putting it here. In this little detail spot. Here and the undergarments where it meets the metal. And as you can see, as it spreads, it becomes less orange and more of a orangey yellow, but a very warm yellow, I would say. And I think it's very nice how it looks. We're going to grab some from here, move it up here, grab some more, spread it nice and easy. And now, as you can see, we're getting some good coverage. Now we're going to skip ahead to when this model is completed and fully in yellow. So now we have our completed Ironkin Warrior from the Heartkin Warriors. And his yellow looks much warmer. The other one gives it like, it is a yellow, and this gives, this being Y.A.W.P. yellow, gives it a much warmer color, which looks very great, to be honest. Gives it a warm look and gives it also a, we've been through many battles as the Kronus Hegemony loves and are one of the more warmongering of the league, since they have planet quotas to conquer. So now we're going to move on to the next yellow, that being Bad Moon Yellow. So now we have our next model, and they do have one of the special weapons being the Magna Rail Cannon, which looks very cool. And oops, almost made a cardinal mistake of not washing my brush before moving on to the next color. So let's fix that right now. Okay. Make sure there's no excess water on your brush. And now we're going to grab the Bad Moon Yellow. And this looks much brighter and kind of colder than the other two colors. So let's see how that applies. And I'll be starting from the biggest section, this case being their butts. And this gives a really nice yellow, but also kind of like a cartoonish yellow, if you know what I'm describing. And we'll see how the results go once this model is done. So here we have our completed just double checking, Bad Moon Yellow Heartkin Warrior. And it definitely gives off, I spilled a highlighter on this model, but still looking very brilliant. Kind of think it gives it like, I'm here, shoot me please, I dare you vibes. Okay, so now we're going to move to our next color, which will be Iron Jaws Yellow. Okay, so here's our next model, a very grumpy looking Heartkin Warrior. And we're going to start off with our next color being Iron Jaws Yellow. And we're going to put it here. This is a much colder version of a highlighter yellow, kind of like when you get your highlighter with a little bit of Sharpie and it comes off kind of off-putting. And starting from, oh, look, his butt's actually being covered with it mostly now. So that's gonna have to, we're gonna have to still keep trying from here and work our way around. And despite looking like a dirty highlighter, it does not come off on the model looking like that. Actually, it comes off looking really nice. Unexpected because the bottle looks kind of dirty if them. This is very surprising how this yellow came out. Get the nice round. Now we're gonna work our way around to the rest of the model. And I'll skip to the part where the model is completed. And here's our completed Heartkin Warrior in Iron Jaws Yellow. A very bright color in turn of the events because, let me just grab the bottle. The bottle doesn't look that bright, but I'm surprised at these really well results. Now we're going to move on to our last color, Naztrek Yellow. And I'll skip till we get a new model. Okay, and opening this bottle of Naztrek Yellow, oops, a little dollop of water. Doesn't give me very yellow vibes. It gives me yellowy rust more than anything. All right. A lot of ample space to work with here. And yes, this gives more of a caramelized yellow look. Like if sugar's been made to turn into caramel. Work here. But it's turning slightly more yellow as we spread it around. I mean, it's giving good coverage. Let's get some more on this. And go around. All right, and now we're gonna skip to when the model's completed. So here we have our completed Naztrek Yellow Heartkin Warrior. And I'm very liking it. It's very warm, but also gives a maple slash caramel look to it. And now we're going to look at all 5 models side by side. So here are all 5 yellow contrast paints used to paint the void armor of the Heartkin Warriors. Starting from the left, we have Iron Jaws Yellow, Imperial Fist Yellow, Iron Jaws Yellow. Oops, sorry. This is Y.A.W.P Yellow. Bad Moon Yellow. And finally, Naztrek Yellow. Overall, I really enjoy the different yellows that Game Workshop produces, and I can't wait to finish painting all of these 30 models and seeing how the force looks as a mixed variety of different armors. But for now, this is the first step of painting the Kronus Hegemony. And this is me signing off and saying goodnight